The following is a presentation of Spring Hill Sports Live. It's time for Spring Hill High School Athletics. On your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for the Broncos, right here on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Good evening. Welcome to Spring Hill High School, another edition of Spring Hill Basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live, along with Caden Carbajo. I'm Bryce Kessler. Good one tonight on both the girls and the boys side as Louisburg is in town to take on the Broncos this evening. We kick it off with our girls game where the 8-6 Spring Hill Broncos take on the 12-2 Lewisburg Wildcats. Both teams with just one loss this year in the Frontier League. Spring Hill picked up their 5th win in 6 games in league play with a 53-38 victory at Paola on Tuesday night. Defense was awesome again. They forced 28 turnovers in that ball game. The offense dished out 18 assists on 22 made field goals to take down Paola for the second time this year, and it keeps them right on pace with the top of the Frontier League, which part of that top is these Louisburg Wildcats, who got to 7-1 in the league with a 47-39 victory over Ottawa last Friday. They're now 7-1 with their only loss coming, of course, against Spring Hill. So you know they've got revenge on their mind. They've won by an average of 11 points per game in the league this year, making that 12-point loss to Spring Hill all the more surprising. Huge game towards the league standings here tonight. Currently, there are 3 one-loss teams in the Frontier League. You've got 7-1 Louisburg, 5-1 Spring Hill, and 4-1 Piper. Spring Hill with the win over Louisburg, they can really solidify their position above the Wildcats with a win here tonight, which would be 2 wins over Louisburg. But they did lose to Piper earlier this year, so they need to keep on winning and hope the Pirates slip up somewhere down the stretch as well. And perhaps you could look at the Eudora game. Eudora 5-2 in the league right now, coming up next week, actually 2 weeks for Piper and Eudora. So perhaps that game a road game for Piper. But first and foremost, Spring Hill just going to try to take care of their own business, and that starts here tonight with a tough one against the number 5 ranked team in the 4A polls, the 12-2 Louisburg Wildcats. Just 2 losses this year, the 12-point loss to Spring Hill and a 4-point loss to an undefeated Nemaha Central team. So a great opponent in town tonight. Should be a good one. You're watching the Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. More of the pregame show coming up right after this. You're watching Bronco Basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453. Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show tonight. Louisburg in town to take on the Spring Hill Broncos. Let's take a look at the matchup brought to you by Spring Hill Recreation Commission. The Spring Hill Rec Commission offers a wide range of activities for kids and adults. To see everything they offer, visit them online at springhillrec.org or call 913-592-2214. Louisburg 12-2 on the year. They have won their last 2 ball games, and guess what? They're perfect 6-0 in road games this year. 7-1 when you count the neutral site games they played as well, but they are a very good team away from home, and they're a very good team regardless of where they play, but they have certainly played well when they have been on the road this year. They have won all 6 of their true road games this year, so Spring Hill up for a big test tonight. The Broncos pretty good at home this year as well. They are 4-2 here on their home floor, including wins in their last 2 times on this floor over Tonganoxie and DeSoto, albeit by a combined 7 points in those 2 ball games. They played a lot of close games this year, Spring Hill, and finally they got themselves a victory in a game that was decided by 3 points or fewer in that win over Tonganoxie, and they got the offense clicking a little bit better against Paola as well. Hope that will carry over for the Broncos. Allie Frank was relatively quiet the first time they faced the Wildcats this year. She was held at 15 points and 8 rebounds, and I say relatively because for a lot of people that's still a very solid game, and not to say that it wasn't a good game for Allie, but we're just so accustomed to seeing her put up those big numbers like we saw on Tuesday night, 24 points and 11 rebounds against Paola. And so for Louisburg to hold her to 15 and 8, I think they would take that. If you told them prior to the game, if you said, hey, you're going to give up 15 points, 8 rebounds to Allie Frank, and they're going to probably feel pretty good about winning the ball game. But what they didn't account for is a lot of other girls stepped up and had a big night, including Jenna Weber. 13 points and a career-high 11 rebounds in the first matchup against Louisburg. It was her first career double-double and still her only one to this point. She's only a sophomore. She's going to have plenty more of those by the time her career is over. Big things ahead for the 5'8 sophomore Jenna Weber, but her best game so far of her high school career came earlier this year against the Louisburg Wildcats. So if they can get 2 big efforts from those 2 girls again tonight, and then you chip in what Kate Milroy did, 5'1 guard, pulling down 9 rebounds. How about that? Emily Dowd tied her season high with 7 points in that ball game. Brooke Powell had 7 points in that one as well. And they won that game as well without Meredith Todd even scoring. Todd averages 6 points per game. She's the 3rd leading scorer on this team. She didn't score, the only scoreless game this year for Meredith. Yet it still was a victory for the Broncos. So we'll see if they can make it 2 in a row over this Louisburg team, a 12-2 team. So certainly a tall task. They returned 3 seniors that earned all-league accolades last year. Brooklyn Diedrich and Elise Moore were both honorable mention all-league last year. Madeline Melton was second-team all-league last year, and so they've got some experience. Their top scoring threat, though, actually comes off at the bench. Jordan Meinstead, their leading scorer on the year. She had 13, which led the team against the Broncos in their first matchup. So an interesting dynamic when your top scorer like that comes off of the bench. She kind of comes in with the fresh legs when some of the other starters are at that point where they're ready for a break. So we'll see if the Broncos are able to play that again well as they did the first time when they held Louisburg to a season-low 40 points in their 52-40 victory back on January 22nd. That's a look at the matchup here as we're inside the Comfort Designs pregame show. We'll take a look at a few keys to the game for the Broncos when we come back. Getting you set for tip-off between 8-6 Spring Hill, 12-2 Louisburg, a battle for the top spot in the Frontier League standings.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
When a team comes together, they deliver victory. When the team at Gambino's in Spring Hill comes together, they deliver delicious pizzas and so much more. Family owned and operated, Gambino's has all the ingredients of a great team, including, well, their ingredients. The freshest, perfectly prepared pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, salads, appetizers, and more. To feed your home team, call Gambino's at 913-686-4424 or visit Gambino'sPizza.com. Delivering the winning taste to Spring Hill. Gambino's. You're gonna love it. Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show live from Spring Hill tonight, where the Louisburg Wildcats are in town. Time to take look at a few keys to the game for the Broncos, who are 5-1 in the league. Louisburg 7-1 in league play this year. The winner of this game will have the top spot in the league standings, albeit tied in the loss column with Piper. But both Louisburg and Spring Hill already are ahead of Piper in terms of wins. They all three have just one loss. Of course, Spring Hill has the head-to-head victory over Louisburg, but a Louisburg win would even that back up, and it would put them a game ahead in the loss column in the standings as it is. So this is a battle for the top spot in the standings. Defense, that was their key to winning the first game. It's going to be their key to winning this one as well. Spring Hill has been a pretty good defensive team this year. They have held multiple teams this year to their season low, and one of those was Louisburg. The 40 points that the Wildcats scored in that loss back in late January is the fewest they've scored this year for a team that averages almost 53 points per game. So that's 13 points below their season average. It was a really good defensive game that night for the Broncos, and they really didn't do it by forcing a bunch of turnovers. They only forced 13 turnovers in that game. In fact, Spring Hill lost the turnover battle. They turned it over 18 times, forced 13, but yet still won that ball game. A large part of that, though, was the rebounding as well. They were +9 on the glass. That's been a strength of this team this year. They're out-rebounding their opponents by nearly 5 rebounds per game. They did it in the first matchup with the Wildcats, and they just played good defense. They contested shots. They were active defensively. They moved well. They got in their zone. They are a really good zone team because they've got some length. Ali Frank up top really is a great player at the top point of that zone and really can cause some fits, and the guards are very active up there. And they did a great job against Louisburg in the first matchup. And it'll finally be ready for Minstead when she comes in fresh. She's their top scorer. She'll come into this game off of the bench, or at least that's typically how Louisburg uses Mindstead. She doesn't typically start for them. I can't guarantee yet that she's not going to start. I haven't seen the lineup yet. We're going to see that in a moment. But if she does, you got to be ready for her. She's going to come in with fresh legs when that starting unit's been out there for several minutes and starting to wear down a little bit. So got to be prepared for that. Got to be ready to know when she comes in the game, that's their top scoring threat. Those are your keys to the game, the starting lineups, and the opening throw-in come up next. You've been watching the Comfort Designs pregame show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to Cool Crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Welcome back live inside Spring Hill High School. It's time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Perfect Details Salon at 516 North Webster in Spring Hill. The Broncos will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Perfect Details Salon, where they're devoted to making clients flawless from head to toe. Make an appointment online at salonperfectdetails.com or by calling 913-592-5022. For the Louisburg Wildcats, 5'7" sophomore number 2 is Breanne Kuhlman. A 5'5" senior, number 11, Brooklyn Diedrich. A 5'10" senior, number 12, Elise Moore. A 5'11" senior, number 20, Madeline Milton. And a 5'9" senior, number 22, Megan Foote. Foote led the team in rebounding the first time against Louisburg. She was 8 boards, and it was Mindstead who comes off at the bench, who was their leading scorer. So we'll see again as she will be off at the bench as the sixth man tonight for Louisburg. For Spring Hill, starting lineup looks quite familiar. Kate Milroy, 5'1" junior, number 1, the team's assist leader. Emily Dowd, 5'5" senior, number 10. Allie Frank, a 6' senior, number 15, 18 points, 10 rebounds per game, leads the team in both. Jenna Weber, a 5'8" sophomore, second leading scorer, rebounder and assist girl. And Meredith Todd, a 5'7" senior, number 25, the third leading scorer for the Broncos. And it's Louisburg firing up a 3 on their opening possession, off the mark from Coleman, and rebounded by Jenna Weber, who had her lone career double-double against the Wildcats in their first matchup this year, 13 points and 11 rebounds. But the Broncos come up empty with a turnover on their first possession, and a quick 2 back the other way for Louisburg. It is Madeline Melton who gets the Wildcats on the board first. Weber, open 3 on the left wing. Todd back tap out, but it will be tied up between Milroy and Diedrich. It'll stay with Spring Hill on the possession arrow. The opening throw-in was brought to you by Spring Hill Fitness, your local community gym, where Spring Hill Fitness is dedicated to making a friendly, clean, judgment-free environment. They're open 24/7. Check them out on Facebook or call 913-686-2027. 2-0 Louisburg just underway here tonight. A big Frontier League battle between these two ball teams that are both one-loss teams in the league this year. Spring Hill 5-1, Louisburg 7-1. And that only loss for Louisburg was at their place to these Spring Hill Broncos. Knocked out of the hands of Frank and out of bounds by Melton. It'll stay again with Spring Hill. Perfect 6-0 on the road this year is Louisburg. Spring Hill 4-2 here at home. So both teams comfortable in the environment they currently play. Here comes Frank off the right wing. Gives to Emily Dowd, up top to Todd, whose only scoreless game this year came against Louisburg. A floater by Todd won't find its way through, and Elise Moore clears for Louisburg. Nearly intercepted by Frank, and that leads to an easy bucket from Madeline Melton. So she's got both of the buckets for Louisburg, who leads by 4 here in the opening minutes. Dowd, skip over to Todd. Meredith on the drive, and Diedrich able to stop her before she got all the way to the basket, and on the run, out the other way comes Kuhlman on the rebound. Inside again to Moore, and that is Elise Moore this time with 2, and that is 3 buckets, all from right at the basket, and it forces a timeout from Spring Hill head coach Clay Freakon. So his girls have seen Louisburg put 3 easy ones in the cup, and it's 6-0 Wildcats here in the very early stages of this one. You knew that Louisburg was going to be fired up for this ball game tonight, having surrendered their only loss in the league to Spring Hill back on January 22nd. A 52-40 final in that one. Spring Hill closed the game out on a 12-4 run to pull away and win by a dozen against a Louisburg team that's won by an average of 11 points in their other 7 Frontier League games, all victories. So Brooke Powell is checked in now for Spring Hill at the timeout. She enters the lineup for Spring Hill to join Milroy, Todd, Dowd, and Frank. And I'm looking down on the bench. I didn't watch during the timeout, but Jenna Weber is who she has checked in for, and I don't even see Weber down on the bench right now. Her normal spot on the bench, that chair is empty. I don't know whether she had to go back into the locker room. That's hopefully not anything serious, and we'll have to keep an eye on that. Milroy, good hustle, chasing down and making that a tough layup, which ended up in a missed layup by Diedrich, but Spring Hill unfortunately turns it over again. So it's already 3 turnovers now by the Broncos, and Julia Hess will check in now for Spring Hill. Also Kaylee Oakes checks into the ball game. Dowd and Todd exit. Now 2.5 minutes into this first quarter. Spring Hill still looking for their first points. It's been 3 easy buckets for Louisburg. And 3 layups out of it so far. Melton's got 2 of those. She nearly trips and turns it over as she tried to get rid of the basketball. Now, good news, Jenna Weber just came out of the locker room and is back on the bench. So she came running out of the locker room. So the good news is it looks like not an injury and perhaps just an equipment issue or a contact or something like that. She had to run back and fix up. It looks like she's ready to rock and roll and get back into the game. That's really good news. Because right now, Spring Hill needs some more good news to come in the form of some points and some stops. And that is Brianne Kuhlman, who knocks down the long 2-pointer. Foot on the line, makes it 8-0 Louisburg. Powell trying to find an opening, gets it out to the corner to Allie Frank, who knocks down a 3-pointer. So Frank does the majority of her damage down inside. She averages a little more than 18 points per game. Her 9th made 3-pointer this year. Certainly is capable of stepping out and knocking down that long shot, and hopefully that will be the shot that gets the offense rolling. They get the stop, and now here they come. Hess up top. Frank, try another one. Why not? In and out this time. And Elise Moore on the rebound for Louisburg. Midway through the opening quarter, 8-3, Louisburg on top. Diedrich passing in the middle of Melton. Nice look back outside, has an open 3-point shooter spotted up out on the wing, and Megan Foote knocks down that open three. Back to an 8-point lead for Louisburg. Powell finds Hess on the back door, but Madeline Melton with the rejection comes up with herself, quickly up to Melton, and a transition layup is good from Madeline Melton, and it's another timeout taken by Spring Hill as the Broncos have fallen into a 10-point hole here in the first quarter. You're watching Bronco basketball presented by Strode Orthodontics on Spring Hill Sports Live.
So, what is love? Love is being independent.
Love is dancing.
Love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
.327 to play first quarter. Louisburg off to a hot start here in Spring Hill tonight, 13-3. Wildcats, the number 5 ranked team in the latest 4A polls from the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. 12-2 overall this year, 7-1 in the league. One of their only 2 losses this year at home to Spring Hill back on January 22nd. The Broncos 8-6, 5-1 in the league. They've won their last 2 ball games, but are going to be playing from behind tonight as they're in an early 10-point hole. Hess out of the corner, same spot that Allie Frank knocked down the only other shot for the team. And Hess buries just her 5th three-pointer of the year to make it 13-6. Quick answer, and that's Jordan Meinstead, who has checked in. She is their leading scorer. She comes off of the bench and provides a big scoring punch off of the bench for the Wildcats and quickly makes her impact felt. Jenna Weber back in there for Spring Hill along with Todd. They join Milroy, Hess, and Frank. Frank is fouled on this 3-point shot, but they're going to call it after the shot. I think it's a good call. It really wasn't a foul in the act of the shot. It was post-shot, loose ball foul, so it won't be free throws. But it is a foul on the leading scorer for Louisburg, and Jordan Meinstead, her first. Also in for Louisburg at the timeout, Delaney Wright has checked into the ball game. This is Jenna Weber now for 3, and she knocks down the tray. So for a Spring Hill team that makes just 4 3-pointers per game, they have hit 3 of them now in this first quarter as they try to climb out of an early 10-point hole, and they have cut the deficit to 6. This is Meinstead going to work off the dribble. Can't get it to fall. A collision as both Moore and Todd end up on the floor. It was last touched by Moore. So Spring Hill gets the ball with 2:22 to play in this first quarter. Hess, Frank, and Weber have all knocked down threes now for Spring Hill. They trailed 13-3 early. Now Todd looking to join the party. Off the line to the right side, and it's Elise Moore on the rebound for Louisburg. Gamble by Hess gives Wright a chance to attack. Back up top it comes for Kuhlman. Her 3 off right iron. Todd able to collect for Spring Hill. The Broncos get the stop. Long outlet up to Hess. Back to Milroy, around to Todd, another try for Meredith. This time she's pure on the 3-point attempt. And Spring Hill has already hit their game average this year with their 4th 3-pointer in this first quarter from 4 different girls. And the Broncos have cut the deficit to 3. Through the hands of Meinstead and intercepted by Hess. Will Spring Hill continue to fire up the long ball? You betcha. This one's blocked, though. Foot got a piece of it. Todd and Frank both collided, ended up on the floor. A little bit slow to get up was Meredith Todd. Moore on the block, and a foul is called on Milroy. So Kate picks up her first. First team foul with 1:04 left in the quarter, and in comes Emily Dowd and Brooke Powell for Spring Hill. Madeline Melton, along with Addison Ross, check in for Inbounded to Mindstead. Floater over top of Frank won't go. And Weber lost her footing as she was trying to get that rebound. Who's it out on? Officials checking with one another, and they are going to say Spring Hill basketball. 55 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. It was 13-3 Louisburg before Clay Freegon had to use his second timeout of the quarter, but it appears to be a timeout used wisely. Floater by Milroy drops through. And that now, since the timeout, is an 11-2 run for Spring Hill. And from down 10, they're back within 1. First basket they've made from inside the arc there on that shot by Milroy. 5 different girls have scored the 5 field goals for Spring Hill. Knocked out of bounds by Dowd. Inbounded out of the right wing for Ross. All the way in right, and she's fouled, they'll say, by Frank. Clay Freegon thought it was a pretty clean defensive play by Allie Frank. Well, she's called for her first foul and a second team foul, and it will result in a pair of free throws for Delaney Wright. Free throw line was one of the areas that Spring Hill had a big advantage on the first time they played. Spring Hill went 14 of 23 at the line, and Louisburg in the first matchup went just 7 out of 18, and that's trouble for the Wildcats as Jordan Mindstead just picked up her second foul here in the first quarter. So she is their leading scorer this year, comes off at the bench and is a big-time scoring punch off of the bench, but she's got 2 fouls here in the first quarter now. And it's a 1-point game with 10 seconds left in the period. Weber crosses up Mindstead, pulls up from 15, left it just short. Loose ball, clock down to 3 seconds. Ross has it, but they won't be able to get the shot away. So the end of the first quarter, 15-14. Louisburg leads Spring Hill here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Lenses and frame. Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020. When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to a protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
Start of the second quarter in Spring Hill tonight. 15-14, Louisburg, a 1-point lead. The Wildcats led by as many as 10, though, in that first quarter. A 13-3 lead at one point. And then Spring Hill closed out the quarter on an 11-2 run. Three-pointer starts out the second period for the Wildcats. And is Brooklyn Diedrich, who knocks down the tray. Both teams coming out using the long ball. Spring Hill's already hit 4 three-pointers. That's the second for Louisburg. Wildcats made just 1 3 the first time these two teams played as Frank can't hit the contested shot in the paint. Now a tie-up jump ball will keep it with Spring Hill. We've had 6 combined three-pointers made in this ball game. The first time they played, these two teams combined to make 5 threes. Spring Hill made 4 and Louisburg just 1. And now tonight, already 4 for the Broncos and now 2 for the Wildcats. Another close-range miss by Frank. Jordan Mindstead still out there for Louisburg. She's got 2 fouls. And Adriana Lee saying we're going to roll with her and trust her to play with those 2 fouls. This is Diedrich again, way off the mark that time, but it's an offensive rebound by Melton to keep the possession alive for the Wildcats. A lefty Melton pulls up over top of Jenna Weber and hits. 6-point Louisburg lead, and a reach-in foul called on Delaney Wright, her first and the team's third. Todd inbounds to Weber. That's a foul as Todd tries to scoop one up on the right side. Diedrich commits her first and the team's fourth, and it will put Meredith at the free throw line for Spring Hill. 68% free throw shooter this year. Todd didn't score the first time these two teams played, her only scoreless game of the year, but she's got 4 points now tonight for Spring Hill and is their leading scorer in the early going. 5 different girls have scored so far for Spring Hill. 1 out of 2 for Meredith. Mindstead on the rebound. And it's thrown away by the Wildcats. Megan Foote, Elise Moore, and Brianne Kuhlman all check back in for Louisburg. Weber, good dribble drive to set up down for an open look. And Moore can't control the rebound, lost the control of it. And Spring Hill catches the break. Julia Hess and Brooklyn Powell check back in for Spring Hill. 5-point game here in Spring Hill, a big Frontier League matchup tonight. Both teams with just 1 loss in the league this year. Spring Hill's lone loss came to Piper, who is the other team in this 3-headed monster atop the league standings of all 3 one-loss teams. Spring Hill lost to Piper. Louisburg lost to Spring Hill. Moore on another rebound, this time is able to control it. Another three-pointer is knocked down by Megan Foote, her second try. Back to an 8-point Louisburg lead. It was as high as 10 in the first quarter. Frank will try to answer. Off the hand of Weber. It'll be Louisburg ball with 5:25 to play in the half. So Spring Hill saw a few early threes go down and perhaps getting a little bit trigger happy from beyond the three-point line now. A team that usually likes to work it inside, play inside out. They're doing a little more outside in offense so far here. That's a nice steal by Allie Frank. A chance to run. Milroy so good in transition. Here she comes. Finds Hess out of the wing. She lets the three fly. And Moore makes it a one-and-done trip for the Broncos again. Foot's already hit a couple of times from downtown. She'll back off the line here. Lobs inside to Melton, who had good positioning with Frank fronting her. And Mackenzie Melton already into double figures with 10 points here in this first half. 4:40 left in the half, in the lead for Louisburg, back up to 10 for the second time in the game. Clay Freegon's already used 2 timeouts back in the first quarter, so he'd probably like his girls to be able to play through this here without having to call a timeout. Frank inside, tough shot, is able to knock it down. That'll help slow that momentum that was building for Louisburg. Need a couple of stops and keep this game in that 8-point or less range, but Melton continues to go to work, and that's all that Clay Freegon's going to let it go. He will use his third time out of the ball game with 4:06 left to play in the first half, as Louisburg leads this one 27-17, a dozen points already from senior Madeline Melton, who was second team All-Frontier League last year, and she is off to a great start tonight. Again, I want to say a big thank you to all of the sponsors here on Spring Hill Sports Live that make all these broadcasts possible for everybody at home watching tonight and every night. We know it's been a tough year, and not only would you not want to come out probably on a night like this, frigid outside, but with the attendance limitations, many of you that would love to be here can't. So appreciate all the sponsors and all of you at home who have donated as well to keep these broadcasts coming and allow us to continue to do all these broadcasts free of charge to all of our faithful Bronco fans out there. 4:06 to play here in the first half. Louisburg with a 10-point lead. Spring Hill fell into an early 8-0 hole to start this game. It was 13-3 before they finally got it clicking. And they got it all the way back down to a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter, but they've fallen back into that 10-point deficit now. Kaylee Oakes, runner through the paint, is banked in. Nice finish by Kaylee. Only averages 3 points per game, so some nice contributions from Oakes there, and Moore with a shove that time. They're going to call it for a travel. She could have been called for either the travel or the offensive foul, and she sent Oakes flying down that lane line. And the turnover back to Spring Hill with 3:31 to play in the half. In an 8-point ball game, Jenna Moore with Kate Milroy on the bench runs the point here for the Broncos as they look to continue to whittle away at this lead for Louisburg. Thrown out of bounds instead. Diedrich finds a cutting Moore. And that's got to be a travel, out of bounds, something. Out of bounds is called. It'll be Spring Hill basketball. Milroy is back in along with Meredith Todd for Spring Hill. Three minutes left in the half. Emily Dowd from three on the left wing. Melton quickly pushes it up. Frank trying to chase her down and does successfully as she blocks the shot clean out of bounds. So the Spring Hill hustle back has forced a couple of missed opportunities now for Louisburg. The Wildcats will still have the ball as Jordan Meinstead checks back in, replacing Melton. Meinstead stripped by Dowd. Emily will pull it back away. Didn't have the numbers, didn't have a lane to the basket, so takes the smart play, lets the offense join her and set things up, trying to get a good look here, down by 8 with 2:15 left in the half. Frank with a shot fake, drives and lost the ball on the way up. She took a peek out there to Meredith Todd. I think she was kind of crossed up in her mind whether she should try the shot or pass out to Todd, and then just never had a good handle on the basketball to do either. A foul on the other end will put Breanne Coleman at the free throw line. Foul is called on Kaylee Oakes. It's her first and the team's third. Coleman misses on the first. Wildcats now 0 for 3 to start this game at the line. They shot just 7 out of 18 in their 12-point loss to Spring Hill back in late January. And now 0 for 4. So with 2 minutes left in the half, Spring Hill down by 8, trying to make a little progress back before the half here. Milroy slashes in, floats it high, but can't get it. Put back try by Frank will put her on the free throw line as she was hacked by Elise Moore. And it's Moore's first and the team's fifth, and 2 shots coming up for the Broncos' top free throw shooter, Allie Frank, who is 75% for the season at the free throw line. Jenna Weber back in for Spring Hill. Jump ball is called. Melton was trying to scream for the timeout, but they call it a jump ball. It'll still be Louisburg basketball, though, on the arrow. Foul whistled on Todd as Melton got tripped up, and Todd is tagged with her first foul and the team's fourth. 90 seconds left in the half. Diedrich swishes in a three from straight away. Diedrich and Foote have both hit a pair of first half threes for Louisburg. Both teams have knocked down 4 apiece from downtown. Frank deep inside is fouled by Meinstead, who just picked up her third. So the Wildcats leading scorer for the year, who has just 2 points so far tonight. She had 13 against Louisburg against the Spring Hill in their first matchup. Jordan Meinstead has now picked up her third foul with 1:07 left in the second quarter. Putting Allie Frank back at the free throw line where she knocks down the first. Madeline Melton has checked back in for Meinstead. Melton's been their top scorer tonight with 12 points in this first half. Frank perfect that time at the line, and it is 30-22. A little more than a minute left in the half. Milroy steps in front of Moore to intercept the bounce pass. Lobs into Dowd. Weber out of the way. Extra pass to the corner. Todd sets the feet, fires, and misses the three. And then Melton is fouled by Emily Dowd. That is the 15th foul, so not over the limit quite yet. .46 seconds left in the half. 4 different occasions in this first half. Louisburg is led by 10. And a chance here as Coleman looks backside to Melton. Around Frank, missed it, got it back though. Sets up top for Melton's three-point attempt, and that one is drilled. So now it's the largest lead of the half at 11 points for Louisburg. That was last touched by Louisburg's Melton, so it stays with Spring Hill. 25 seconds to go. 5 3-pointers here in the first half for Louisburg. Spring Hill's got 4 of their own. Todd against a double team. Weber comes up with the loose ball, and she's able to stick it back for Spring Hill. 10 seconds left in the half. Into the corner for Diedrich. Throws it back into the middle for Melton. Frank the rebound with 3 seconds. Will try a one-handed heave to the other end, and that will end the half. So a 33-24 score at the break. Louisburg leading Spring Hill by 9. Coming up, it's the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. You're watching Bronco basketball presented by Strode Orthodontics on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to Cool Crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
Halftime in Spring Hill tonight, 33-24. Louisburg on top of Spring Hill. The Wildcats led all the way in that first half as we are in the Michael Graham Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. Let's take a look back at the first half. Our White Cell Optometry Vision Source eye on the game. Louisburg started hot, 8-0 run out of the gates to lead this ball game early. They would build that to a 10-point lead at 13-3, 4.5 minutes into the contest before Spring Hill had to use their second timeout of the first quarter at that point. And then the Broncos responded out of that timeout, and they closed the quarter in the final 3.5 minutes, outscoring Louisburg 11-2. to close that 10-point gap down to just a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter, 15-14. But the Wildcats would quickly go on a 10-1 run to start the second quarter, and that would push the lead back up to 10 for a second time at 25-15. Spring Hill would take a couple off. Louisburg would put a couple back on. It would waffle back and forth from that 10 down to 8 and back and forth until Louisburg eventually took an 11-point lead, their largest lead of the half, at 33-22. Before the Spring Hill free throws by Allie Frank late in the first quarter made it 33-24, and that's where we stand. No ties, no lead changes through one half of basketball, and a 9-point Louisburg lead here on the road in Spring Hill. We'll take a timeout here on the Michael Graham Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show and come back, get you the first half numbers. That eye on the game brought to you by White Cell Optometry Vision Source. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. If they're experiencing eye strain or headaches, it might be a good time for an exam. Make an appointment with White Cell Optometry Vision Source by calling 913-592-2020 and be sure to ask about the 2020 rule.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When a team comes together, they deliver victory. When the team at Gambino's in Spring Hill comes together, they deliver delicious pizzas and so much more. Family owned and operated, Gambino's has all the ingredients of a great team, including, well, their ingredients. The freshest, perfectly prepared pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, salads, appetizers, and more. To feed your home team, call Gambino's at 913-686-4424 or visit Gambino'sPizza.com. Delivering the winning taste to Spring Hill. Gambino's. You're gonna love it. Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call us at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back into the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. A 33-24 Louisburg lead on top of Spring Hill. The Wildcats have doubled up Spring Hill on the glass in this one. That's a rarity. Spring Hill, a very good rebounding team usually, but they have been out-rebounded 12-6 in this first half. Louisburg has found the range on 5 3-pointers, 4 more than they made the first time these two teams played. Spring Hill with 4 first-half 3-pointers, which is what they average per game. 5 assists on 8 field goals for the Broncos, 10 assists on 14 field goals for Louisburg. They have really done a good job passing that basketball around. The Broncos are 4 of 6 at the free throw line. Louisburg 0 for 4 at the stripe. Turnovers pretty even. Spring Hill 6 and Louisburg 7. The Wildcats led by Madeline Melton, who's got a dozen first-half points. Megan Foote's got 9. All 9 of hers coming from beyond the arc. Brooklyn Diedrich with 6, also all coming on 3-pointers. Brianne Coleman with 2 points. Annalise Moore with 2 points. Jordan Minstead also with 2 points. She is their top scorer this year, but she's also got 3 fouls in this first half. Brianne Coleman has a team-high 3 assists. Actually, she's tied, I guess. Annalise Moore also with 3 assists, and Moore leads the team with 6 first-half rebounds for Spring Hill. Allie Frank, 8 points, the top scorer here at the break. Jenna Weber with 5 points for the Broncos. Meredith Todd's got 4. Julia Hess with 3 points. Kate Milroy and Kaylee Oakes each have 2 points for the Broncos. Milroy has 2 assists to lead the way there. And Allie Frank is the team's top rebounder at the half with 3 first-half rebounds. 33-24, that's the halftime score. Louisburg on top of Spring Hill. You've been watching the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Second half starts next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Pankey Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pankey Plumbing. At Pankey Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pankeyplumbing.com. Go Broncos! When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
Ready for the start of the second half here in Spring Hill tonight. Louisburg on top of Spring Hill, 33-24. You'll notice the Broncos have just 2 timeouts remaining as we start this second half. Clay Fregon had to use 2 of them in the first quarter and then another one in the second quarter, trying to stop runs by Louisburg. So just 2 timeouts remaining for the Broncos, and Louisburg has their full complement of timeouts as we start this second half. Broncos have trailed by as many as 11, 4 different occasions. Louisburg is led by 10, and their largest lead was that 33-22 advantage they held late in the first half before a couple of Allie Frank free throws gave us our halftime score. So it's the Broncos with the ball to start the second half, and they get it inside to Allie on their first possession. And I imagine that was part of the halftime conversation for Spring Hill as they got a little bit three-point happy in that first half. And speaking of, Brooklyn Diedrich has knocked down her third three-pointer. So Diedrich and Megan Foote have each hit 3 3-pointers now for Louisburg. They've already made 5 more in this game than they did the first time these two teams played. And the lead is 10 as Allie Frank steps into a long 3 and knocks another one down. That's her second from downtown. And I think if you're Spring Hill, you've made 5 of them now tonight, but again, I don't know that they want to get into a 3-point shooting contest as Diedrich fires up another one. Moore got the rebound, but then lost it as she was trying to gather to go back up. So as I was saying, I'm pretty sure the conversation probably had was, let's focus on getting the ball inside here. Let's go back to our bread and butter, and that is use Frank on the interior. Get Weber going in that mid-range. And that is the best bet to get this offense rolling again. Dowd with a runner in the paint. And Elise Moore, she's been a vacuum defensively. That's 8 rebounds now for Moore. She has twice as many rebounds as any other player in this ball game. Melton is fouled on the floor. No shot for Madeline Melton, who's the top scorer in this game with 12. Or I guess was at halftime. Now Frank has surpassed her with a quick 5 in the second half. Allie's up to 13 for the ball game now. With the foul called on Milroy. That is her second of the team's first. Knocked out by Milroy. And batted up top to Megan Foote. She and Diedrich have each hit 3 3-pointers. Moore back again to Diedrich. Spinning into the paint, rejected by Allie Frank. Milroy on the move for Spring Hill. Bounce into Weber. Frank able to fight the basketball away, and now Milroy is fouled by Kuhlman. Good effort there by Allie Frank. She was on the floor and was able to somehow reach back and rip that ball away from Melton. Milroy at the line, only 9 of 17 this year at the free throw line. 53% for the year. One of 2 for Kate. Six-point ball game with 6 minutes left to play, third quarter. Coleman's runner misses. Milroy up to Dowd. And Todd and Milroy not on the same page. Todd released it as Milroy cut to the basket, and it's a 7th Spring Hill turnover. Deep 3 by Megan Foote, swishes in. Well, that's 4 of them from downtown for Foote. .12 night for Megan Foote. She has tied Melton as the team's top scorer now. Dowd with the drive, the float, and the bucket. First points for Emily Dowd tonight. Foote's caught fire here as she is picked up by Weber inside Melton. Can't hit the turnaround over top of Allie Frank. And the Broncos have it back down 7. Milroy lob into Weber. Catches on the right side. Frank trying to put it back. Never really had a handle on it. Well, Louisburg dodges a bullet there, and they've got the ball still up by 7. Knocked away from Moore from behind by Todd. Loose ball down onto the floor to get it. Trying to get rid of the ball. Trying to roll it to Milroy. Moore then dives onto it, and they give a timeout to Louisburg as Elise Moore was able to gain possession in time to get the timeout. With 4:16 left in the third quarter, it's a 30-second timeout used by Louisburg. Don't forget, fans, you can get the highlight link sent right to your phone when you see something happen that you go, man, Caden, I wish I could see that again. Then text SHHS to 816-406-0051. You'll get the video clip sent to your phone a link to it of the last 90 seconds of the broadcast from when you send that text. So you can't wait too long, Caden.
Okay.
If you do it within 90 seconds of the play happening, then you're going to get that sent right to you. (39-32), Louisburg with the lead in the basketball. Megan Foote working against Powell, draws the foul on Powell. First foul on Brooke, second team foul of the second half against the Broncos. Mindstead, runner over Frank is good. Pass in some trouble, and she is fouled. Brianne Coleman is called for her second foul, the second team foul, with 4:01 left in the third. Hess and Oaks have also checked in for Spring Hill, and now in for Louisburg comes Delaney Wright. Well, never mind, she's not going to get to come in yet. They buzzed her in at the table. The official had already given the ball to Powell, so now they're confused about, can she come in? Can she not come in? Yes, no, yes. The answer is yes. So right now officially checks in for Louisburg. Powell into Oaks. Never looked like her footing was great. What an effort by Frank to save that basketball. Ended up coming back into play to Delaney Wright, though, of Louisburg. And now Mindstead is knocked to the floor after she tried once and failed and got it back. And now will not go to the free throw. Looked like the official pointed to the baseline. It's going to be 2 shots for Mindstead, which would be correct. Foul is on Oaks, her second. Back to that 10-point lead. Oaks can't quite grab the rebound. Ooh, okay, I was going to say, it looked like they were for a second going to give that ball to Spring Hill. It was certainly off of Oaks. So it is Louisburg ball as at least more checks back in. Majority of this game, it's been right around this 8 to 10 point deficit for Spring Hill. They trailed early by 8. 8-0 Louisburg run to start the game. It was quickly then a 10-point deficit. Got it all the way back down to 1 to end the first quarter. But then Louisburg didn't take them long to build it right back up to that 10-point mark, and it's pretty much stayed there. Mindstead's runner off the mark. Milroy, long pass, tough catch by Oaks, unable to finish, but she got it back. Sets up Powell for the long 2. Good job following her shot by Brooke Powell. They call the foul on Brianne Coleman. That is her third. They've all come here in the third quarter as well, as Todd and Dowd check in for Spring Hill. Megan Foote back in for Louisburg, and Delaney Talley checks in for the first time. So the hustle by Powell sets up this second chance. Defender fell down, and that gives Todd a wide open look, but she can't knock it down. 10th rebound by Elise Moore, clears it for Louisburg. Mindstead's rejected by Allie Frank. Here come the Broncos. Powell out to Weber. Straight away for 3. Offensive rebound, Frank, then knocked free by Mindstead. Frank dives back in to get the ball. Weber on a nice cut to the basket was all alone, and she is hit in stride by Powell for the easy 2. Loose ball stolen away by Powell. Numbers on a 2-on-1. Brooke runs into Foot, who is called for the foul. Her first and the team's fourth. Madeline Melton checks back in along with Brooklyn Diedrich for Louisburg. Inbound pass is stolen by Melton. One-on-one with Frank. And a foul on Frank. Second on Alley. Fourth team foul with 1:57 left in the third quarter. Madeline Melton goes to the free throw line. First trip to the line for Melton tonight. Louisburg only 1 of 6 as a team in this game. Nine-point ball game with under 2 to go in the third quarter. Spring Hill just can't make much headway on this deficit. Louisburg has had this comfortable cushion the majority of the night. Powell draws a double team, but now needs somebody to help her out. And that ball thrown into the backcourt, a backcourt violation. I'm going to say out of bounds. Either way, it was going to be a Bronco turnover with 1:30 left in the third quarter. Diedrich finds Moore inside, and she is fouled by Weber. First on Jenna. Moore will step up to the line for the first time tonight. Only 2 points tonight for Elise Moore, but she has been the leading rebounder for Louisburg. She's got 10 rebounds in this game. But she, like the rest of the team, unable to knock down a free throw. Kate Milroy back in for Powell. Early draws the iron on both of them. The team is now just 2 out of 10 at the free throw line. They've attempted 2 more free throws than Spring Hill, but they've made 3 fewer. Milroy trying to lob that into Frank. Put it a bit too tall for her, and Moore comes up with the ball for Louisburg. A minute left in the third. Louisburg by 9 on the move. Talley lost the basketball, and now Spring Hill's got it back. Up the floor to Dowd, and then she fumbled it out of bounds. Todd gets a hand on it in the backcourt. And a timeout, Louisburg, with 41 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Allowing you to focus when it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
"41 seconds, all that remains in the third quarter of this Frontier League battle between Louisburg and Spring Hill. Two teams vying for the top spot in the league standings. And it has been Louisburg all the way tonight. Wildcats have led by as many as 11. They have never trailed in this game after opening the ball game on an 8-0 run. Turnover forced by Spring Hill. They got to take advantage now. Dowd on the baseline, can't hit it. Who's it out on? It is Louisburg ball, yes. So it was off of Spring Hill after Delaney Wright threw it back into play. Now Megan Foote back in and replaces Wright. So a missed opportunity there for Spring Hill. After forcing that turnover, they had numbers, and they come up empty, and they continue to trail by 9 with 30 seconds left in the quarter. And now it's numbers the other way for Louisburg. 2-on-1. Diedrich lobs to Melton, and she is able to capitalize for Louisburg. Back to that 11-point margin, which has been the largest lead tonight for Louisburg. Frank unable to connect from close range. Todd tried to save it, and a foul is whistled on Spring Hill's Allie Frank. So that loose ball foul will be her third and the 6th team foul with 7 seconds left in the quarter. Foote has 3 seconds. Heaves it from half court, and the quarter is over. An 11-point Louisburg lead as we go to the 4th on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Start of the 4th quarter in Spring Hill tonight. It's an 11-point Louisburg lead. It matches their largest lead of the ball game here this evening. And they have led throughout the entire ball game. Scored on their opening possession. They've never trailed since. A blocking foul on Allie Frank, and that is her 4th. So she picked up her 3rd just moments before the end of the 3rd quarter, and now she picks up her 4th just moments into the 4th quarter, and she'll go to the bench. Kaylee Oakes will come in for her. It is the 7th team foul, so it puts Madeline Melton at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Melton 1 out of 2 at the line. The team 2 for 10 tonight at the charity stripe. And another miss at the free throw line, but another missed opportunity as well for Spring Hill as Weber is unable to control the rebound. And it goes off of Weber, out of bounds, back to Louisburg. Spring Hill has won 3 straight over the Wildcats, and 13 of the last 15 matchups have gone to Spring Hill. But after the 12-point win for the Broncos down in Louisburg earlier this season, which at the time was the first loss of the year for Louisburg, and they've had just one other since as they play into this game at 12-2. Jump ball is called there. It'll be Spring Hill ball now in the arrow. But they are in control of this one, trying to exact some revenge on that Spring Hill win over them back in late January. Spring Hill's got time. They've got it within them to come back from this deficit, but they've got to make every possession count here with the clock starting to work against them. Weber's runner won't go. Louisburg has used a nice combination of outside shooting and the ability to work it inside to Melton. Melton's got 15. She's their top scorer, and most of her damage has come from right there on the block as she gets her another easy 2 points, give her 17 points now on the night. But they've also knocked down their fair share of three-pointers. They've hit 7 threes in this game also. And they now lead by 13 with 6.5 to go. Dowd too strong with a runner, and a tie-up jump ball will send it to Louisburg. Brooke Powell checks back in for Spring Hill. And I was just going to say, no, that's Julia Hess who hops up. I was just going to say, how long did the Broncos go with Frank on the bench here? She does have 4 fouls, but now down 13 with 6.5 minutes to go. You can't afford to fall too far behind before you're just going to have to risk it and hope that she can play with the 4 fouls. Diedrich trying to implore her offense to move a little bit. Coleman on the drive, ends up on the floor, and they call another jump ball. This time it'll go back to Spring Hill. And here's their answer. That is, oh, well, never mind. Clay Freegon was motioning for Allie to get to the scores table, and now they catch a break because one of the officials, with an inadvertent whistle, stopped play after they had already inbounded, and that will allow Allie to check into the game now, and Jetta Weber will join her. So it's all hands on deck for here out. 6:10 to go. 4 fouls or not, you got to be on the floor. The best players got to be out there for Spring Hill as they need some offense in a hurry, and they're also going to need a few defensive stops mixed in there. But there's 34 points so far tonight. It's been a bit of a cold night scoring-wise. They came out and knocked down a few threes early, but they have not been able to consistently score the basketball tonight. A hand check is called on Brooklyn Diedrich, her second. 15 foul with 5:54 remaining in the ball game. Milroy lobs into Frank, who is double teamed, and an immediate foul is called. They call it on foot. Her second, and now the team's 6th. Milroy that time able to get it quickly inside where Allie Frank can do some damage. She's got 15. An 11-point game with 5:45 to play. Gotta get some stops now. Foot. Thought about the 3. She's hit 4 of them, but trying to work a little more clock off and then go back to their hot hand Madeline Melton, who is now up to 19 points in this game. A near Bronco turnover. Fortunately is not, but Broncos need to make every possession count. Down 13 with 5:20 to go. Amber trying to work herself inside. It's knocked out of her hands by Moore, and it'll stay with Spring Hill. Milroy lobs that one out near midcourt, tracked down by Frank. Five minutes to play in the game. Weber draws the attention. Powell can't get the floater to go in off the glass. And Melton ends the possession with a Louisburg rebound. Megan Foote for the first time scores from inside of the three-point arc. Knocked out by Melton with 4:28 left to play. It's a 15-point lead for Louisburg. Todd and Dowd check in for the Broncos. Frank able to split the double team. Blocked by Melton. Got it back. Gets the basket. And a three-point opportunity for Allie Frank. 17th foul, first on Melton. So 3-point opportunity for Allie Frank, who is a 75% free throw shooter on the year. She's 3 for 4, right on her average of 75% tonight. So she hits the free throw. Frank will come out for a quick breather, trying to gather her legs for this final push as the Broncos are down by a dozen with 4:20 to play. Knocked away by Oaks. Saves it. Oh no, she stepped on the line. Great hustle by Kaylee. But they'll say that she stepped on the line as she was trying to save that ball back into Milroy. 4:05 to play, 51-39 Louisburg. But skips it back to Melton, who is fouled by Oaks. Putting the Wildcats on the free throw line, though, hasn't been a bad defensive philosophy so far tonight. They are just 2 out of 11 in the game. Melton is 1 for 3, now 1 for 4. And back in is Allie Frank for Spring Hill. And Melton salvages 1 point. She's got 20 in the ball game. It's a 13-point game with a little less than 4 minutes to play. Well, Spring Hill took a 10-point deficit down to 1 in 3 minutes and 9 seconds back in the first quarter. So they have it within them to do this, but another jump ball is called, and this one will go to Louisburg. Offense to defense. Oaks back in for Frank again, who does have the 4 fouls. Brooke Powell will also check in for Spring Hill, and Jordan Meinstead has entered for Louisburg. Full court Spring Hill pressure. Broken by Louisburg. Elise Moore attacks, gives off to Meinstead, who missed once, but will have a chance now at the free throw line after she got herself an offensive rebound and then fouled by Weber. So a couple of free throws for Meinstead, who is 1 of 2 in this game. Frank and Milroy back in for Spring Hill. Louisburg will take a timeout with 3:32 left to play in the ball game. 15-point Wildcat lead on top of the Broncos here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Attention to detail. Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
.332 left to play in the fourth quarter. Louisburg on top by 15. It's been a wire-to-wire lead tonight for Louisburg. Opened the game on an 8-0 run. They have not trailed tonight. Spring Hill had it down to a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter. But since then, 5 straight points to open the second quarter for Louisburg. And the Broncos have never been closer than 6 points since then. off of Louisburg. It stays with Spring Hill. The Broncos starting to run out of time now. 3:12 to go, down 15. And they turn it over on the inbound play. Long outlet up to Foot. She'll just hold back in no rush with her team up by 15 and 3 minutes to play. Moore fouled by Todd. 2 shots coming up for Elise Moore. Oh, never mind. It's an offensive foul that's called on Elise Moore. So it's the second on Moore instead, and the 8th team foul against Louisburg. They're hit with their 14th turnover. Frank's open underneath. Weber finds her, and Allie Frank scores. 5th 20-point game of the year for Allie Frank. 13-point deficit with 2.5 to go. Mindstead is fouled. Both Dowd and Frank were there. If it's on Frank, that will be her 5th, and it is on Allie Frank. So she has fouled out of the game with 2:24 to go. So Frank's night is over 20 points, 8 rebounds tonight from Allie Frank. It's her 5th 20-point game of the year. Second straight game with 20-plus for the Broncos, but she is done for the night. Kaylee Oakes checks back in. So Frank has 20 tonight. The rest of the squad's got 21, and they're going to be tasked with scoring at least 13 here in the final 2:24, and that would be if they could shut out Louisburg during that same stretch, which that obviously ain't going to happen now because Jordan Mindstead just made a free throw. Now, they struggled early shooting free throws. They were 2 for 12 in this game, but have now gone 5 for their last 5 at the stripe. And Mindstead has put the lead back up to 15. Oakes called for the travel. Powell and Hess check in for Spring Hill. Ooh, big collision back there between Powell and Foot. Both players up, and it'll be Foot who goes to the free throw line. Been a good night for Megan Foot. 14 points, 3 assists. Has hit 4 3-pointers in this game. Kate Milroy, Kaylee Oakes check back in for Spring Hill. Weber, I think, just got away with a double dribble. She was smiling and laughing about it, too. Here's Todd on the right wing. Mindstead. Now the third player into double figures for Louisburg. And the lead up to 18 with 1.5 minutes to go. Second offensive rebound here for Spring Hill. And the possession eventually ends with a Melton block shot. 1 minute to play here in Spring Hill. An 18-point Louisburg lead. The Wildcats were handed their first loss of the season back at their place on January 22nd by Spring Hill, but they get their revenge here tonight as the Louisburg girls are going to improve to 13-2 with this victory. And they are 8-1 now in the Frontier League as Oaks comes up with a deflection, but Louisburg keeps a hold of the ball. Broncos will see their record fall to 8-7 and 5-2 in the Frontier League as Todd is called for that foul, and this will put Megan Foote back at the free throw line. Julia Hess back in for Spring Hill. Weber on the baseline, hits. 10 seconds left. And Louisburg will come away with the 18-point victory, 61-43. Your final. We're back to wrap it up for you on the Shoemaker Collision at Paint Center post-game show next here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill. When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Welcome into the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show as our girls' game is final tonight. 61-43, Louisburg defeats Spring Hill. Post-game brought to you by Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center. They work with all insurance companies to get you back on the road in no time. To learn more, visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. 9-5. This was a wire-to-wire victory for Louisburg as they opened the game up on an 8-0 run, led by as many as 10 in the first quarter. Spring Hill got it back down to a 1-point deficit going into the second quarter, but Louisburg would once again push that lead up to 10 and then got it as high as 11 in the second quarter. It was a 9-point game at halftime. The Wildcats would lead by at least 6 the rest of the way. 36-30 was as close as it got in the second half. They had an 11-point lead at the end of the third quarter and then just continued to build that lead in the fourth quarter, outscoring Spring Hill 16-9 in the fourth quarter to pull away to a 61-43 victory. The Wildcats win the rebounding battle tonight, 24-22. They dished out 15 assists compared to 10 for Spring Hill. The Broncos and Wildcats both had 14 turnovers tonight. Louisburg knocked down 7 threes. Spring Hill making 5 from downtown. The Wildcats 10 of 21 at the free throw line. Spring Hill, they went 6 out of 9 at the free throw line tonight. 3 players in double figures for Louisburg, led by Madeline Melton, who drops 20 points tonight to go along with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Megan Foote with 17 points tonight, 4 assists as well for Foote. And Jordan Meinstead off at the bench with 10 points to go along with 4 rebounds. Elise Moore, 2 points tonight, but she pulled down a game-high 10 rebounds and dished out 3 helpers. 9 points from Brooklyn Diedrich on 3 3-pointers, and Brianne Coleman with 2 points along with 3 assists. For Spring Hill, Allie Frank led the way with her 5th 20-point game of the year, 20 points, 8 rebounds before she fouled out of the ball game in the fourth quarter. Jenna Weber with 9 points to go along with 6 rebounds tonight. Kaiten Milroy, 3 points and another team-high 4 assist night for Milroy. 3 points, a pair of assists for Julia Hess. Emily Dowd with 2 points. Meredith Todd, 4 points tonight. And Kaylee Oakes with 2 points. So Spring Hill, the 18-point loss tonight, matches their largest loss of the season as they drop to 8-7 overall, 5-2 in the Frontier League. Louisburg now 7-0 on the road this year in true road games. They are now 13-2 overall. They've won 3 straight ball games, all in the league, to improve to 8-1 as they sit atop the Frontier League standings. Coming up next for the Broncos, it is a game against Eudora next Friday night. So a little bit of time off to rest up after a 3-game week for Spring Hill that saw them go 2-1 this week. They will be off until next Friday when they host Eudora here in Spring Hill and on Spring Hill Sports Live starting at 6 o'clock. Lewisburg, they'll be back at it next Tuesday also against Eudora at home. Coming up next, it's game 2 of our doubleheader as the boys teams get set to take the floor in a rematch of a very good ball game that these two teams played back just not too long ago when they met up down in Lewisburg, and Spring Hill picked up the victory 58-53 back on January 29th. They will do battle again tonight here in Spring Hill now. Coming up next here on Spring Hill Sports Live. You've been watching the Girls Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. The Boys Comfort Designs pregame show starts next.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net. Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos! Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Welcome to the Comfort Designs pregame show for the boys game here this evening. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. 10-5 Louisburg still ranks number 5 in the 4A polls from the KBCA. They are 6-3 in the Frontier League standings, and they take on the Spring Hill Broncos tonight, who are 7-5 overall and a perfect 5-0 in the Frontier League, the only unbeaten team remaining in the Frontier League. Both teams have won back-to-back games. Louisburg last Friday with a 53-44 win over Ottawa, and they are now, again, 10-5 overall. It's only the second of their 10 wins that has come by single digits. 10 of their 15 games this year decided by 11 or more points. One of those close games, though, was against Spring Hill the last time they played. The Broncos coming off of a close win Tuesday night in Paola, 49-45. And now at 5-0 at their third straight road win, an 8th straight win overall over their rival Paola. So tonight they will take on Louisburg, who they have split with each of the last 2 years. They're hoping that another split is not in the cards tonight. They have won 18 of the last 22 against Louisburg since the 2010-2011 season. But the Wildcats have been a good road team this year, 6-2 on the road, while the Broncos are only 3-4 here at home. They have dropped their last 2 home games, so they are up to a test tonight against Louisburg. As we look at the matchup here, the Broncos hoping for another big night from Cooper Jones, who had a rare scoreless night at Piper, although the Broncos still won that ball game, but he bounced back in a big way on Tuesday night with 22 points to help lead the victory in Paola. He had 23 against Louisburg the first time, albeit in a bit of a different fashion for Cooper. He only made 1 3-pointer in that game, but he got to the free throw line, knocking down 6 of 9 at the stripe to lead that victory for the Broncos on the road over Louisburg. Overall, Spring Hill shot a season-high 25 free throws in that game at Louisburg, a big reason for their victory as they knocked down 12 free throws in the fourth quarter, outscored Louisburg by 14 points on the night at the free throw line in what amounted to a 5-point Spring Hill victory. For Louisburg, their star is Julian Margrave. Last 2 games against Spring Hill, he's got 42 points and 16 rebounds. So certainly a matchup to watch tonight. How will the Wildcats deploy their 6'9 junior, Julian Margrave? He is a threat from inside and outside, so Spring Hill will try to keep him in check tonight as they look for their 19th win in their last 23 games against the Louisburg Wildcats. That was a look at the matchup brought to you by the Spring Hill Recreation Commission. They offer a wide range of activities for kids and adults. To see everything they offer, visit them online at springhillrec.org or call 913-592-2214. Back with more right after this here on Spring Hill Sports Live at the Comfort Designs pregame show.
You better understand your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show. We'll take a quick look here at your starting lineups tonight before we get this ball game started for the Spring Hill Broncos. The normal look we've seen the last handful of games now. Cooper Jones, 6'1" senior, 17.5 points per game, their top scorer. John Mitchell, a 5'11" senior, number 11 for the Broncos. Evan Letillier, number 14, is a 6'2" senior. He is tied with Ryan Weber as the top rebounder. Weber, a 6'2" senior, is the team's assist leader. And Cody Powell, a 6' senior, number 24 for the Louisburg Wildcats. Connor Vos, a 5'10" senior, number 11 for the Wildcats. Andy Hupp, a 6'1" senior for Louisburg. Ben Getterman, a 6'1" senior, number 22 for the Cats. And Wes Getterman, a 6'1" senior, had 8 points, 4 assists against the Broncos first time around. And Julian Margrave, their star, is 6'9" junior, number 33, 21 points, 9 rebounds in the loss to the Broncos back on the 29th. You've been watching the Comfort Designs pregame show. We'll start this one next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians.
Spring Hill and Louisburg ready to go from Spring Hill High School tonight. Those starting lineups I read you were brought to you by Perfect Detail Salon at 516 North Webster. The Broncos are going to start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you could find at Perfect Detail Salon, where they're devoted to making clients flawless from head to toe. Make an appointment online at salonperfectdetails.com or by calling 913-592-5022. Andy Hupp will throw it in for Louisburg on our opening throw-in, brought to you by Spring Hill Fitness, your local community gym. Spring Hill Fitness is dedicated to making a friendly, clean, judgment-free environment, open 24/7. Check them out on Facebook or call 913-686-2027. 58-53 victory down in Louisburg for Spring Hill back on the 29th of January. And Ben Getterman rips the rebound away from Spring Hill. And a second chance comes up empty as well. So they get 2 looks on their first possession. No points for Louisburg, and now Spring Hill turns it over on their first possession as Evan Letillier is called for the traveling violation. Spring Hill only had 8 turnovers in that win down in Louisburg, and they forced 17 turnovers out of the Wildcats. So that one of the big reasons why the Broncos won the game. Spring Hill was 18 of 25 at the free throw line compared to Louisburg going just 4 of 5 at the free throw line. So there was another big reason the Broncos were able to come up with that road victory. Louisburg actually won the rebounding battle that night, 26-16. So they were a plus 10 on the glass, but lost by 5 on their home floor. In large part to those turnovers and the free throw line. Spring Hill not a team that gets to the line a bunch. They only average 14 free throws per game, and they go inside for 2 there. Ryan Weber on the feed from Jones. So the Broncos get on the board first tonight. They have won 18 of their last 22 games against Louisburg. But the last 2 seasons, these 2 teams have split their 2 matchups. Spring Hill hoping that's a trend that does not continue tonight. Mitchell able to strip it away from Hupp, and then Andy Hupp commits the foul. A great one-on-one on-ball defense there by John Mitchell. The senior has started now 5 games this year for the Broncos, including tonight. He only averages 2 points per game on the offensive side, but able to impact the game on the defensive end of the floor there with the forced turnover. Now the Broncos look to add to their 2-0 lead. Jones, after the defender, gambled on a steal. Misfires the 3, but Ryan Weber, as he does so often, keeps the possession alive on the offensive glass. The point guard for the Broncos, Ryan Weber, and he's tied as the team's leading rebounder this year at 4.5 rebounds per game. They don't have anybody that really dominates the glass. He and Letillier both average 4.5 boards per game. Cooper Jones averages right at 4. A definite perimeter-oriented team. This is Powell from the corner. And it's rebounded by Vose for Louisburg. 5.5 to go first quarter. Vose on the elbow. Flips out to Hupp. Spring Hill into his zone defense now, and Vose will try to shoot him out of it with a 3-point attempt. It's snatched out of the air by Letillier. Weber penetrates, is fouled by Wes Getterman. And a couple of free throws coming up for Ryan Weber. And if this looks like deja vu for the Wildcats, you can't blame them, because Weber absolutely killed Louisburg at the free throw line the first time they played. He had 19 points, which at the time was a career high for Weber. He has since set a new high with 20 against Piper last week. But he went 12 of 16 himself at the free throw line. A part of what was 18 made free throws on the night by Spring Hill, but a lot of it was done by Weber. And he knocks down both of his foul shots here to make it 4-0 Spring Hill. He's got all 4 here in the early going for Spring Hill. 3 minutes in, Louisburg still in search of their first points. And that's a foul away from the play. It is called on Andy Hupp, who has now picked up his 2nd foul. So Hupp will head to the bench, and in comes Dawson Barnes, a 6'2 senior. Will replace the senior Hupp, who is on the bench with 2 fouls. Weber on the attack, finds Jones, and Margrave stripped it out of his hands. It was last touched by Spring Hill. Wait, though, the other official on the far side is going to come in. And it looks like they might change this call. They are going to change the call, and it will be Spring Hill basketball. Getterman able to step in front of the inbound pass, come up with a steal, and finish on the other end despite the contact with Mitchell. They let him play through, no whistle on it. And now another steal. And this time it's the other Getterman, West Getterman on that time with the lay-in, and that's a quick 4 points to tie this game up. Taking advantage of the Bronco turnovers. Letillier calling for the ball in the corner, but he is way off the mark on the 3. Wes Getterman with a high kiss off the glass. puts Louisburg on top for the first time tonight. Jones with a deep three on the right wing on the money. So Spring Hill back in front by a point. Jones only made 1 3 as part of that big night against Louisburg. He had 23 points in the ball game, but only 1 3-pointer, which is a little bit odd for Jones. He is normally a sharpshooter from the outside as Powell tries to find the range on a 3, and instead Letillier picks up a foul as he was going up against Barnes for the rebound. Jamin Beck and Luke Metcalf check in for Spring Hill. Two guys that are much hotter right now offensively coming into play tonight than they were when they played Louisburg a couple of weeks ago. They each had 3 in the game against Louisburg. Beck is averaging 7 points per game since the start of January. He's had a couple of big nights here recently. A 14-point game against Piper as it's another floater by Wes Getterman that floats through. He's got 6 in a row now for Louisburg, and he's put the Wildcats back in front by a point. This is Beck letting it fly in the corner. Long rebound to Getterman, and that gives him a chance to run, and runs right into Weber, but they call Ryan for the blocking foul. First on Weber, second team foul. In comes Michael Sieferling for Louisburg. He replaces Bose with 2:50 left in the quarter. So Getterman's got the last 6 for Louisburg. And now the Gettermans, plural, have all 11. 5 from Ben Getterman and 6 from Wes Getterman. And it's a 4-point advantage for Louisburg. Weber attacks. Deflected out. A quiet start from Julian Margrave. 33 in purple. He is their top scorer on the offensive side. And I don't even think he's really touched the ball yet down on that end of the floor, but Louisburg still leads by 4. Jones will fade after some contact in the paint, able to hit that shot to make it a 2-point game. Cody Powell denying Margrave there at the high post, and Ben Getterman will settle for a deep 3, but it's not settling, I guess, if you knock him down. Back-to-back trips, Ben Getterman has knocked down that 3 ball, and it's 14-9 Louisburg. Metcalf in trouble, able to get rid of the ball out to Beck. Broncos down by 5. Jones all the way through the paint, high off the window with a right hand, finishes to pull him back within 3. Getterman's hot right now. Don't want to leave him wide open. He has hit 3 straight threes. And it's 17-11 Louisburg. Timeout Spring Hill. 1:21 left to play in the opening quarter. And Ben Getterman red hot right now for the Wildcats. 11 first quarter points from Ben Getterman, including 3 consecutive 3-pointers on the last 3 trips down the floor for the Wildcats. And with 1:21 left in the quarter, Louisburg has opened up a 6-point lead here on the road in Spring Hill as they are trying to avenge that 5-point loss to the Broncos back on the 29th of January. Both teams coming in off of back-to-back victories. Both have picked up back-to-back victories in the Frontier League. Spring Hill still undefeated in the league, 5-0. They will close out the season with a league-heavy schedule. They get a game against Metro Academy next Tuesday, their only non-league game left. And they've got Tonganoxie, Eudora, Bonner Springs, and Ottawa to close out their slate. Well, this one and the Tonganoxie game, certainly the 2 toughest on paper when you look at that remaining schedule as they try to close out a potential league championship season. Margrave on the rebound. Haven't called his name hardly at all so far tonight. And you know it's just a matter of time before he gets going. And right now they haven't needed him because of this man right here, Ben Getterman, who's got 11 first quarter points. And Wes Getterman, now who has it on the other wing, he's got the other 6 for him. Broncos doing a great job fronting Margrave, not allowing Louisburg to get him any touches on the offensive side. But all that attention frees up the driving lanes for Wes Getterman. 25 seconds left in the first quarter. And it's an 8-point Louisburg lead as they force another turnover, and it leads to a layup by Getterman, but he's fouled by Metcalf. So it'll be 2 free throws instead for Getterman. First foul on Luke Metcalf and the 3rd team foul against the Broncos. Ten-point first quarter lead as both Ben and Wes Getterman are in double figures after a quarter here tonight for Louisburg. That duo combined for 10 points in their first matchup, and they have combined for 21 tonight, and a travel is called on Weber. John Mitchell back in for the final 4 seconds of the quarter for Spring Hill. Wes Getterman at the buzzer, and it's a double-digit lead going into the second quarter for Louisburg here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Start of the second quarter in Spring Hill. It's a 10-point Louisburg lead. They got absolutely zero contribution on the offensive side from their star Julian Margrave in the first quarter, but yet they lead by 10. So that is not typically spelling good things for the Broncos to shut out Margrave, but trail by 10. Michael Seiferling picks up the foul. It's his first and the team's 4th. Weber, Letillier, Beck, Metcalf, and Mitchell on the floor for Spring Hill. This is Weber trying to score from in tight. And they are going to say Spring Hill basketball still after that one's deflected out by Louisburg. 11 from Ben Getterman and 10 from Wes Getterman in that first half. Spring Hill got 7 out of Cooper Jones, and their other 4 came from Ryan Weber. Only 4 different guys have scored in this game so far. Beck down a 5th as he knocks down that 3. Well, Beck hardly scored in the first, 5 games of the year before the calendar turned to January, but since then he's been their 3rd leading scorer, and he is now 2nd on the team in 3-pointers made with that one. Maverick Rockers on the drive and floater. Rebounded by Wes Getterman, and he is fouled with a basket. So the night continues for the Gettermans. Here comes Julian Margrave back in for Dawson Barnes. Cody Powell will check back in for Spring Hill as that foul was called on Luke Metcalf. It's his second, so he'll head to the bench. Ten-point lead for the Wildcats. Powell had it knocked out by Gutterman. Now this is Weber on the baseline, and Margrave snatches the rebound for Louisburg. Seiferling blocked by Weber. Ryan pushes it up for Spring Hill into the corner, back. Teardrop short. Ben Gutterman the rebound for Louisburg. See if they'll try to give Margrave a few touches. Instead, it's West Gutterman with the pull-up and drills another one. 15 first-half points from Gutterman. And with 6 minutes left in the half, the lead is now 12 for Louisburg. And now Gutterman's coming up with another steal and an easy uncontested layup. A 17-point first half. What a night for Wes Gutterman. Foul line pull up by Weber, rims out. Now Margrave, first shot attempt of the night for the big guy, and he misses the three in the corner. John Mitchell pushes all the way for Spring Hill, missed the layup though. Letillier can't finish the putback. Things not going the Broncos' way here in this one as they trail by 14 with 5 minutes left of the second quarter. Ben Gutterman, he had the hot hand early on, and he is able to blow by Cody Powell and hit another layup. So it's been the Ben and Weston Gutterman show tonight. They have all 30 for Louisburg, and the Wildcats lead by 16 with 4:54 to go in the half on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
30-14, Louisburg leads Spring Hill with 4:54 left to play in the first half here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. Well, it kind of continues a trend for Spring Hill here as of late, as the Broncos nearly turn it over again there. And now Powell leaves it for nobody. Another turnover, their sixth of this first half. They're a seventh now of the first half. But they have been tied or trailing at the half in 5 straight games coming into tonight. And unless we get a big turnaround in this final 4:40 of this half, it's going to be a 6th straight game that they have been behind, or in one case of those 6, they were tied. Now they've gone 3-2 in those games because they've played well in the third quarter. They've got a plus 28 scoring margin in the third quarter over this last 4-game stretch. So they've overcome some of these slow starts, but this is a team that I don't think they want to try to overcome a double-digit deficit with only a half to work with. So they've got some work to do in this final 4.5 minutes. The foul on John Mitchell that they called. Landon Kaiser has checked into the game along with Cameron Crotchett for Spring Hill, and Cooper Jones has returned, and a blocking foul is called on Cody Powell. So that is now his first and 6 team fouls against Spring Hill. And down by 16 with 4:19 to go. Certainly would love to see him trim this deficit in half or so, as that is Julian Margrave's first bucket of the ball game. He's had 42 points in the last 2 matchups with Spring Hill, but he's got just 2 so far tonight. Maverick Rockers commits the personal foul, his first, team's 5th. And that bucket by Margrave, the first Wildcat to score, not named Gutterman. Weston Gutterman's got 17, and Ben Gutterman's got 13 for Louisburg tonight. And the Wildcats with a big 18-point first-half lead. Through the hands of Rockers, saved by Hupp. Neither of the Guttermans are on the floor right now for Louisburg. So Margrave says, I'll take that, but then nearly throws it away again. Seiferling tracks it down near midcourt, now attacks on Jones, and right now, anytime they want to get to the basket, they're able to. It's a 20-point first-half lead for Louisburg. Jones able to get to the basket and lay it in. He and Weber. I guess I know Beck has scored as well. 3 guys have scored for the Broncos, but Jones with now 9 of the 16 for Spring Hill. But this is the side of the floor where if they're going to make the comeback, it's going to happen down here. The offense certainly hasn't been great to start the night, but the defense has been a sieve down here, and they just continue to give up easy bucket after easy bucket to this Louisburg offense. Jones inside Crotchet. Reverses it back out into the corner now, Mitchell. Ends up back in the hands of Crotchet for the bucket. And a timeout taken by Louisburg. 36-18 with 2:20 remaining in the first half. And the Wildcats take a 30-second timeout. So Spring Hill, the only unbeaten team left in the Frontier League, that is going to be put to the test tonight as they trail by 18 here with 2:20 left to play. They will be back at it next Tuesday against Metro Academy, and make the note now it's a 6 o'clock tip next Tuesday for the boys game. There is no girls game. It's only boys next Tuesday night against Metro Academy. And that game for the varsity boys will start at 6 o'clock next Tuesday right here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Then on Wednesday next week, it's another boys-only night as they will make up their now postponed twice game against Tonganoxie. That will be, though, a normal 7:30 start time. And then next Friday, we'll have your traditional girls and boys doubleheader against Eudora starting at 6 o'clock. So another busy week coming up for us next week here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Damon Beck guarding Ben Gutterman. Back out Weston Gutterman. He will drive and unable to finish this time, but a foul on the putback attempt by Ben Gutterman. And it's called on Ryan Weber, his second. 2 shots coming up, and actually called the foul. Okay, it was a late whistle compared to the whistle didn't happen until the putback attempt by Ben Gutterman, but they're going to call a foul on the initial shot attempt by Wes Gutterman, who's now got 18 points tonight after that free throw. Weber able to get inside, slices the defense up and gets the layup. Gutterman unable to hit this time, but Connor Vose keeps it alive with an offensive rebound. So even when the Broncos do get a pseudo stop, they are unable to officially get the stop. And the possession continues for Louisburg with 90 seconds to play in the half. That's a travel called on Margrave. Under a minute left in the half. Inside, Crotchet on the block. Margrave there defensively on him as Weber fires up a three from straight away off right iron. Spring Hill has been doubled up in rebounds in this first half. They've been doubled up on the amount of turnovers. And they've been doubled up on the scoreboard now. 40-20 with 34 seconds left in the half. Mitchell loses the handle. Cooper Jones checks back in with 19 seconds left until halftime. And it's a half dominated by the Louisburg Wildcats. They have come on the road, and after a 4-0 start for Spring Hill, it took Louisburg a little bit to get going. It took them 4 minutes, in fact. They were midway through the first quarter before they had even scored. But once they started scoring, they haven't stopped. Gutterman's lob to Margrave is flipped in. And that ends the first half. All Wildcats 42-20 as we reach the half. The Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show is next here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Halftime here in Spring Hill. It's the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. 42-20, Louisburg on top of Spring Hill. Halftime show brought to you by Michael Grand at Farm Bureau Financial Services, where his goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. Time to look back at the Eye on the Game, brought to you by White Cell Optometry Vision Source, and it has pretty much been all Louisburg tonight. Spring Hill had the first 4 minutes of this game. They led 4-0 out of the gates, but then Louisburg took over on a 6-0 run, a very quick 6-0 run to take their first lead of the game at 6-4. Spring Hill briefly got it back at 7-6, and then Louisburg took the lead for good at 8-7, and they just continued to build that lead. It was 14-11 with a minute and a half left in the first quarter, and then a quiet 7-0 run to close out the first quarter all of a sudden made it a 10-point game, and you thought, well, Spring Hill will make a little push back here in the second quarter, but the second quarter opened up on a 13-3 run for Louisburg, and all of a sudden you looked up and it was a 20-point game, and Louisburg continued to play with that 20-point lead all the way up to now 22 points here at the break. 42-20. They have more than doubled them on the scoreboard. The Wildcats have doubled up Spring Hill in the rebounding department. They've doubled them up in the amount of turnovers in this game. And it was a first half to forget for Spring Hill as they trail here on their home floor to Louisburg, 42-20 at the half. Eye on the Game brought to you by White Cell Optometry Vision Source. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. If they're experiencing eye strain or headaches, it might be a good time for an exam. Make an appointment with White Cell Optometry Vision Source by calling 913-592-2020 and be sure to ask about the 2020 rule. We'll check all the first half numbers for you when we come back. You're watching the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Louisburg 42, Spring Hill 20 at the break.
When a team comes together, they
Beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When a team comes together, they deliver victory. When the team at Gambino's in Spring Hill comes together, they deliver delicious pizzas and so much more. Family owned and operated, Gambino's has all the ingredients of a great team, including, well, their ingredients. The freshest, perfectly prepared pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, salads, appetizers, and more. To feed your home team, call Gambino's at 913-686-4424 or visit Gambino'sPizza.com. Delivering the winning taste to Spring Hill. Gambino's. You're going to love it. Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
42-20 lead for Louisburg on top of Spring Hill at the half. It's the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Look at the numbers. Louisburg a 14-7 rebounding edge. Three-pointers for Louisburg, just 2 for Spring Hill. The Wildcats 5 of 5 at the free throw line. Spring Hill 2 out of 2. The Broncos turned it over 8 times. Louisburg just 3 first-half turnovers. They were led by Wes Getterman, who's having a huge night. 19 points in the first half for Getterman, and another big night from Ben Getterman, 15 from him. Quiet start from Julian Margrave as the Gettermans have stolen the show, but Margrave with 4 points and a team-high 4 rebounds at the half for Spring Hill. Cooper Jones has a team-high 9 points. Ryan Weber's got 6. Jamin Beck with 3, and that's it for the Broncos scoring in the first half. Evan Letillier has 4 rebounds to lead the way for the Broncos, and Ryan Weber has a team-high 2 assists. But Louisburg in control right now, 42-20 after 1 tie and 3 lead changes in that first half. From the second quarter on, it was all Louisburg, and the Wildcats lead by 22 as we go to the second half here on Spring Hill Sports Live. You've been watching the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Second half starts next.
Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos! When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Start of the second half in Spring Hill tonight. Louisburg with the basketball leading 42-20 over the Spring Hill Broncos here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics, along with Caden Carbajo. I'm Bryce Kessler, and it's going to take a big second half for the Broncos tonight, and Julian Margrave has his little turnaround pop out on the first possession for Louisburg. So the Broncos need some points. They need a bunch of them. They need some stops, but good news is they got a whole half of basketball to try to make up the 22-point deficit. Jones has a team-high 9. Gives it back over to Letellier, and that is offline. So first trip down for the Broncos comes up empty. Weston Gutterman gives to Ben Gutterman, back into the middle for Hupp. And it won't fall for Andy Hupp either. Weber explodes to the basket, flips it out into the corner to Mitchell. Jones with a mid-range pull-up, rattles out. Two trips down apiece, nothing on the board for either team. Margrave just 4 points in the first half, and he knocks down a 3. They make it a 45-20 lead for Louisburg. Weber will have a chance at the free throw line as he is fouled on the drive. It's called on Connor Vos. First personal, first team. Here's Weber at the stripe. He's 2 out of 2 in the ball game. 70% free throw shooter on the season. 23 point lead for Louisburg. Wildcats 6-3 in the Frontier League this year. Spring Hill 5-0. Broncos have won 18 of the last 22 against Louisburg, including a 5-point win back in late January in Louisburg. Andy Hupp will get a chance at the free throw line now for Louisburg as Cooper Jones picks up the personal foul. Neither team has missed a free throw yet tonight. Wildcats 5 out of 5. The Broncos 4 out of 4. Hupp ends that stretch. Weber on the drive. Now Letillier tries to penetrate, runs into a triple team. Kind of have an open man. They try to swing it around to Jones, but able to adjust back onto it. Now Letillier gets that open look, but they're not able to knock it down. They have made just 2 3-pointers in this game, a team that makes about 7.5 per game from beyond the arc. 3-point opportunity for Getterman as his big night continues. Evan Letillier is called for the foul. It's a second personal fouling and his second team foul. And Wes Getterman now with 21 points. Jamin Beck and Luke Metcalf are whistled in. They'll take the ball back from Getterman. Broncos just unable to make any headway here in this deficit. They are down now by 26. Weber to try to take 3 off of it. And everything's pretty much been one and done down there for the Broncos. Around to Beck. It's a good look for Jamin. And the sophomore knocks down his second 3. Margrave will try the other wing. Ben Getterman with the offensive rebound. Weber on the steal, just the 4th Louisburg turnover. Pushes with numbers. Jones keeps it himself and lays it in. Getterman ends up on the floor. Weber ends up racing out of there with the basketball, and he gets the quick lay-in. A timeout in Lewisburg with 3:42 left to play in the third quarter. It's a 19-point ball game here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
48-29, Louisburg leads Spring Hill. 3:42 left to play third quarter here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce wants to remind you to support our community and shop local. Keep up to date with all the chamber events by visiting them online at springhillks.org. As we are midway through this third quarter, it was a 22-point game when we started this third quarter, and after 4 minutes, 20 seconds, Spring Hill has taken 3 points off of that lead, so they've got a lot more work to do. The Broncos have scored the last 4, or make that the last 7, actually. They scored 4, which caused the timeout to be called, and then they had that 3 right before that by Beck as well. So a 7-0 run right now by Spring Hill. And they get this back to a 19-point game. Hold is called against Cameron Crotchett. First personal foul and the third team foul. Gatterman's shooting ability tonight gave him that open look. A little head fake is all it took, but he's unable to make the shot. So Spring Hill gets another stop. Can they extend the 7-0 run? Jamin Beck almost able to drill that 3. He's hit twice from downtown tonight, but that one was as good as in as it could be before it spins out for him. Lob into Margrave, and Spring Hill doesn't have the size to really stop that play right there. Lob inside, looking for Crotchett, deflected away by Barnes. Home back into play by Sieferling, and it ends up in a turnover for Spring Hill. 3-on-2. Weber bounces it across to Jones, missed the layup. Weber got it back, second chance, and he'll have to go to the line to earn them. Foul called on Michael Sieferling. It's his second. Second team foul as well with 2:10 left in the third. Weber tonight with 10 points, 5 rebounds, and a team-leading 4 assists. So it's in a pretty typical Ryan Weber stat line. He averages 11.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 3 assists. So just a kick above all those numbers in this ball game. Maverick Rockers checks in for Louisburg, and Weber hits both of the free throws. Spring Hill trails, though, by 19. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Weston Gutterman on the drive, can't finish. Weber comes racing back the other way. Now Jones into the paint, through the paint, off the window and in. A 17-point game with 1:45 to go in the third. Jamin Beck able to knock it out of bounds. Connor Vos checks in for Louisburg. Minute 36 left to play third quarter. Weston Gutterman has checked out of the game now. He has been their go-to guy tonight. A huge 22-point effort tonight from Gutterman, but this guy, Julian Margrave, certainly no slouch on the offensive end, although he has had an off night this evening. And I don't know, I guess off night probably not the way to put it. He just hadn't had to do a whole lot. They haven't asked a whole lot of him on the offensive side because both Ben and Wes Gutterman have been so good. So Margrave just hasn't had the opportunities tonight as he typically sees. Crotchett has it blocked off the side of the glass by Dawson Barnes. And now Seiferling has it rejected, but on this side a foul is called against Spring Hill. So it's on Jamin Beck. First personal foul, fourth team foul. Puts Michael Seiferling at the line. He had a good night against Spring Hill in their first meeting with 12 points. That's his 5th point tonight. And it's 51-33 with a minute left to play in the third. Flare back out to Weber on the right wing. Up top, Jones lets it fly, and it's in and out. Half minute to go in the quarter. Rockers trying to get around the corner, and eventually does as he gets past Metcalf and able to lay it in. And the lead back to 20. Five seconds left. Weber over to Beck. Puts it up at the buzzer, and it will end the third quarter. 53-33 Louisburg on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Start of the fourth quarter, 53-33 Louisburg on top of Spring Hill. Good news was Spring Hill did win the third quarter, but only by 13-11 margin. So the 22-point lead only down to 20. And Cooper Jones opens up the fourth quarter with a three-pointer for the Broncos. His 16th point of the night. And they're going to need a handful more of those in this final period to try and come from a 20-point deficit back in this fourth period. Rockers pulls up after the shot fake. Can't find the range, and it's Jones with the rebound. Cooper, mid-range pull up. That's a quick 5 from Cooper Jones, the Broncos' top scorer on the year. He's got 18 tonight. And it's a 15-point game with still plenty of time to go, and now Jamin Beck steps in front with a steal. He gets the lay-in, and just like that, Spring Hill all of a sudden has it down to a 13-point deficit with 7:04 to play, and that is a quick timeout taken by Louisburg. From 20 to 13 in 57 seconds. Louisburg takes the timeout, and that is certainly the start to this fourth quarter that Westbrook was looking for out of his guys. They have come out and legitimately given themselves a shot at this now, and they come out the same way that all three quarters had started prior to this and kind of gone through the motions with thing, back and forth, trade a bucket here, trade a bucket there, and you're sitting at that 20-point margin still. When you're down to that 5-minute mark or so, then it's going to get awfully tough. But now they're another couple of stops and buckets away from making this a single-digit game again. So 53-40, the lead now for Louisburg as it's tightened up in less than a minute's time to start this fourth quarter. Hargrave sets the screen for Vose. Spring Hill has come up with a couple of stops already. Wes Gutterman, he's had the big night with 22 points for the Wildcats. And can't get that one to go in for him, though, on the driving runner. Spring Hill quickly back the other way, and it's another quick two for the Broncos. Evan Letillier with his first basket of the game. And a 9-0 run in the opening 1:40 of this fourth quarter, and it's an 11-point game with 6:15 to go. Jones trying to take it away from Gutterman. Gives it up now to Ben Gutterman. Back out to Weston Gutterman, looking to go baseline. Jones pressure on the ball, and now a little too much pressure. He's called for the foul. It's his second, and the 15th foul with 6:01 left to play, fourth quarter. Wanting to get it into Margrave. 9 points, 7 rebounds tonight from Margrave, which has been a quiet night of sorts, but still decent numbers when you add it all up for him. Here's another foul on Jones, so Cooper Jones picks up 2 fouls on this trip down the floor. He's got 3 now in the ball game, and the 6th team foul against Spring Hill. Margrave out to set the screen. Vos penetrates, kicks, up in the corner, air ball. Powell the rebound for Spring Hill. Nearly lost it to the backcourt. Now Weber. Lob up to Beck into the corner. Letillier for 3. Bingo! And the big run continues for the Broncos. 12-0 run for Spring Hill, and it's an 8-point game with still 5 and change to go. Getterman's runner won't go. Jump ball is called. It'll stay with Louisburg. Dawson Barnes checks in for the Wildcats. 12-0 run to start the fourth quarter. Timeout taken by Spring Hill, and we've got ourselves a ball game again. 5:11 to play. It's an 8-point Louisburg lead here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
So, what is love? Love is being independent.
Love is dancing.
A Shriners Hospital for Children.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
The Bronco deficit is to single digits for the first time since there was 6 minutes left in the second quarter. It was 23-14 last time we had a single-digit deficit for Spring Hill. A 12-0 run to open up this fourth quarter after trailing by 20 to start the fourth. In less than 3 minutes, the Broncos have gone from down 20 to down 8, and now they take it away on the inbound play. What a turnaround in this fourth quarter for Spring Hill. All the momentum on the side of the Broncos right now. Letillier, he hit the big 3 to get it down to this 8-point gap. And that's stolen as he tried to hit Weber on the backdoor cut. So Wes Getterman will lock the ball up into the front court for Louisburg, trying to slow the pace of this game down, take the rhythm away from Spring Hill. Ben Gutterman's drive off the side of the backboard. Margrave comes up with the rebound. A 15-foot pull-up for Wes Gutterman is true. 10-point Louisburg lead with 4:20 to play. Beck surveys, brings it up top to Weber. Powell around to Letillier. On to the midway point now of this fourth quarter. Jones is fouled on the floor. It's called on Ben Getterman, his first. Only the third team foul. Luke Metcalf in for the Broncos, replacing Cody Powell. 3:51 to play. 10-point deficit, Spring Hill with the ball as they inbound up top to Metcalf. Jones flashes into the paint. Baseline jumper rattled home. 20-point night from Cooper Jones. It's an 8-point game again with 3:38 to play. Jones came out and set the tone in this fourth quarter. Hit a 3 on the first possession. Came right back with a 2-pointer right after that as Margrave buries a turnaround jumper in the middle of the paint. Beck lines up a 3 on the wing, a bit strong with it. Under 3 to go. Louisburg by 10 of the ball. Led by 20 to open up this fourth quarter. Spring Hill twice has had it down to 8. Gatterman on the corner 3. And a foul committed by Louisburg on the rebound by Beck. Second foul on Connor Vos. 4th team foul. Michael Seiferling will check back in for Louisburg. 2:35 left to play in this fourth quarter. And to bring the ball back, they thought that was in the bonus, but it's only the 4th team foul against Louisburg. Weber out of the flare screen, fires up a 3, but is well short. Jones trying to save it, throws it between the legs of Gatterman, then Beck saves the save, and Spring Hill's got it back. Jones crosses up Seiferling, drives in, trips, and a foul. It looked like Seiferling tripped him up first, and Ben Getterman's going to be called for the blocking foul. So it's his second and the team's 5th, and it puts Cooper Jones at the line for a couple of shots here. And that's what Ben Getterman's saying, how can you call the foul on me? And I think he's got a case. It looked like it was Seiferling who tripped up Jones, and that's what caused Jones to fall into Getterman, who was then called for the block, but it's only the second on Ben Getterman, so it's not terribly damaging for him as Jones misses the first free throw. 73% foul shooter with 20 points tonight, but every point crucial at this stage for Spring Hill, and they get an offer at the line that time from their best free throw shooter. Under 2 minutes left. Spring Hill made the furious comeback to start this fourth quarter. Took a 22-point Louisburg lead and trimmed it to 8. But they have not been able to keep that momentum going. Julian Margrave floats one in to make it a 12-point lead with 1:40 left. Beck needs it, but it won't go. Under 90 seconds to play. Spring Hill going to have to start thinking about extending this ball game at the free throw line now. Wes Getterman instead takes the quick shot, missed it, but Seiferling gets it back for the Wildcats and then gets a timeout as he was in danger of falling out of bounds. 1:13 left to play in the ball game. A timeout taken by Louisburg, and it leaves the Wildcats with one timeout remaining. We will step aside with 1:13 to play. You're watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? You can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Down to a minute 13 left in the fourth quarter. A 20-point game to start this quarter. It was down to 8. It currently sits at 12, the lead for Louisburg. And the Wildcats have the ball inbounding at the baseline. Inbounding is Weston Getterman. Weber knocks it free, and there's the stop that they so badly need. Now they've got to get points, preferably quickly. Metcalf can't hit the mid-range pull-up. Margrave ends that trip down. Another double-double tonight from Julian Margrave. It's been a rather quiet one, but 13 points, 10 rebounds nonetheless for him as Metcalf commits the foul. It'll put Seiferling at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Seiferling is 1 out of 2 tonight at the free throw line. 5 points for the junior. Metcalf fires up another 3. And it's been a tough night for Luke. He is scoreless in this ball game. And we are now down to 35 or 36 seconds left. And Wes Getterman will head to the free throw line as he was fouled again by Metcalf, who picks up his 4th. Big night from Getterman tonight, 24 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. 19 of his 24 came in the first half. Got to pull the trigger here as Jones drives, and he'll add 2 more to his tally with a lay-in to make it 60-49 with 23 seconds left. And Spring Hill uses a timeout that leaves them with 1 remaining. Broncos will be back in action next Tuesday. It'll be a busy week for the boys next week. The girls have just 1 game next week for Spring Hill, and that's not until Friday. So they'll get a little time off to rest up and get some practice time in. But for the boys, it will be an awfully busy week. Tuesday night, 6 o'clock. Here at home, they host Metro Academy. Wednesday night, 7:30 here at home, they host Tonganoxie. And then Friday night, 7:30, they will host Eudora. 3 games in 4-day stretch. Or check that, I guess, 3 games in a 4-day stretch coming up next week for Spring Hill boys. Inbound to Margrave and unable to get the layup. Seiferling can't hit the putback either. And Evan Letillier ends up with the ball out of the scrum. Jones, 3 won't go. Metcalf, make that Letillier rather, with his 10th rebound of the game there. And that is it. So Spring Hill makes a furious comeback attempt here in the fourth quarter. They trailed by 20 to start the period. They got it down to 8 twice in the fourth. But in the end, Louisburg holds on to win this one 60-49, handing the Broncos their first Frontier League loss of the year. Spring Hill now 7-6 overall, 5-1 in the league. And the 5th-ranked Louisburg Wildcats improved to 11-5 with their 3rd straight win, now 7-3 in the league. We're back to wrap it all up for you on the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show right after this.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. They focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson, Prudential Financial, at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Welcome into the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show following a 60-49 victory tonight for Louisburg over the Spring Hill Broncos. Post-game show brought to you by Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, where they work with all insurance companies to get you back on the road in no time. To learn more, visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. Louisburg led by as many as 26 in the second half of this ball game, but Spring Hill, after trailing by 20 to open up the fourth quarter, got it all the way down to 8. They opened up the quarter on a 12-0 run, and with 5 minutes left to play in the ball game, it was 53-45, very much a ball game again. Unfortunately, though, Louisburg was able to kill that momentum that Spring Hill had going. A couple of shots were made by Louisburg to fend off the comeback attempt by the Broncos. 1 tie, 3 lead changes tonight, and a 60-49 Louisburg victory over Spring Hill. Louisburg improving to 11-5 on the year, now 7-3 in the league, and they hand the Broncos their first loss in the league. Spring Hill now 5-1. Tonganoxie just 1 loss in the league as well. Spring Hill will still play Tonganoxie next week on Wednesday, so still a chance for the Broncos to win out and claim the Frontier League title this year, despite this loss, as they are now 5-1 in the league. We'll take a timeout, come back here on the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show with all the final numbers for you right after this. Broncos fall to Louisburg tonight, 60-49.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com. Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trim, a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call us at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show tonight. Final score, Louisburg 60, Spring Hill 49, a game that Louisburg led by as many as 26 in the second half. Led by 20 going into the fourth quarter. Spring Hill got it all the way back down to 8. But they come up short tonight and fall to 7-6 on the year, 5-1 in the league. Louisburg led by a big night from Weston Gutterman, 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Gutterman. 19 of his 24 came in the first half. He was brilliant in the first half, slowed down a bit in the second half, but the Wildcats still got plenty as they win this one by 11. Ben Gutterman also big tonight, 15 points from him. 11 came in the first quarter, and he pulled down 7 rebounds to go along with it. Julian Margrave, it was a quiet double-double night from Margrave. He finishes with 13 and 11. He didn't really get going at all offensively until the second half. He had 9 of his 13 in the second half and also had 7 of his 11 rebounds in the second half. But another double-double effort from Margrave tonight in the victory for Lewisburg. Michael Seiferling with 6 points tonight. Maverick Rockers with 2 rounded out the scoring. Connor Vos with 5 rebounds. A good effort on the glass for Vos. No points, though, out of Connor. For Spring Hill tonight, it was Cooper Jones yet again leading the team in scoring, 22 points, his 7th game of 20-plus, and second straight night he has scored 22 for the Broncos. Ryan Weber also in double figures tonight. He had 12 to go along with a season-high 8 rebounds and a team-high 4 assists tonight. Jamin Beck, 8 points off at the bench for the Broncos, 3 boards, 2 assists for Beck as well. Cameron Crotchett with 2, and Evan Letillier with 5 points tonight. Letillier pulled down a team-high 10 rebounds, which is a new career high for Letillier. So the Broncos are going to be back at it next week on a busy week. They've got 3 games on tap for next week. Tuesday night against Metro Academy, Wednesday night against Tonganoxie, and Friday night against Eudora. Only the Eudora game will be a girls and boys doubleheader. That's the only game the girls have on the schedule for next week. So the boys game on Tuesday, 6 o'clock against Metro Academy, 7:30 then both on Wednesday and Friday. The girls game on Friday, your normal 6 o'clock start as well. That's going to wrap it up for us tonight here on the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. For Caden Carbajo, I'm Bryce Kessler. It was a good night for Louisburg as they come to town and win both the boys and girls games tonight. Louisburg girls 61-43 winners over Spring Hill, and the boys win it 60-49 over the Broncos. Have the enjoyable rest of your Thursday evening. Stay warm. That's an impossible task right now with those frigid temps, but we will be back with you next Tuesday, 6 o'clock tip, Spring Hill Metro Academy, right here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
You've been watching Spring Hill High School Sports on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency, Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the